53 of the Gulf oil spill unfolds in the Gulf of Mexico. I know it's 53 days. I went back and counted the days. It is the worst oil spill in U.S. history, and there is no end in sight in capping the gushing well. So far, all attempts have failed. Joining me now, ODU oceanography professor Larry Atkinson is here. He was an oil spill analyst and also risk analysis. Risk analysis. Yeah. What are you finding, Professor, in your risk analysis of what is unfolding in the Gulf?
Yeah, what we're seeing now is that the flow of oil and tar balls around the Gulf is kind of what we expected, and eventually it'll come out of the Gulf Stream.
Yeah, let's go video. We have video of this. This is your simulation. Explain this.
Yeah, this simulation is a computer simulation of oil coming out of the spill site in the Gulf of Mexico and how it might flow around. You can see it going up on the coast of Alabama and Florida. And if they back off, we can see it coming around. I think they'll show it now.
Let's go ahead and try to get that so that we can show the flow going up the coast, because here it is right
there. It is right now. So now you'll see it's the same one, except it's going to show it flowing down into the Lift Current, which we all know about now, and up to the Straits of Florida, and then you saw how it sped up and flowed up past our coast and off to the northeast towards Europe.
Now, are we going to see, keep it rolling so we can people can understand this, are we going to see the red stuff and the black gunk and all that stuff?
No, what we're going to see is real weathered oil. It looks like a piece of asphalt, maybe a little bit softer. It'll be up along our coast. It may hit the coast of North Carolina.
Has anything surprised you? They're called tar balls, by the way.
You're right.
Floating asphalt.
Yeah.
Has anything surprised you about this?
It surprised me that it happened. I think we were led to believe that this was really a safe operation. Obviously, that's not right. The rest of it, we're not surprised, although the oil in the deep part, which you don't see, is disturbing.
And that is it would be easier to cap the shallow well.
Yeah.
But we don't want to see the well, so we have to put it out more into the ocean.
Well,
so it's a mile down.
Yeah, we're in deep water because that's where the only large deposits are now. We've taken all our shallow, easy to get deposits. We pumped them dry. Now we're going into deeper water to get oil.
Okay, and this was the net result. Let's take video of this. I mean, this is just extremely disturbing.
Yeah, that's showing that's the wellhead. They can't cap that completely because they don't want water to get up into that cap. They have to keep oil coming out to keep the water out.
And people are saying, just cap it, just cap it.
Yeah, they can't do it.
Easier said than done.
It's tough.
What is this? What is the risk? What is the, look at that. I mean, it's just, and you were explaining yesterday, this is like when we see the oil gusher coming out. That's basically what's underwater. The old days, that's the gusher.
Except here it's at high pressure, and you get these things called methane hydrates, which looks like a slushy, but it'll actually float that dome. It'll make it float. It's hard to keep all that stuff down there.
And then they're trying to get oil, they're trying to vacuum clean all the oil up now. Does that work?
Yeah, well, at the surface, not too well. You can see there's a big patch of oil and there's a little ship going through it. They can get some of it, but not much.
What is your concern about oil policy and energy policy in America? That it has shown our faults. It's shown our vulnerability.
Yeah,
what does it show?
Well, what we've done, we don't have an energy policy. Hopefully this will get people to talk about it. Right now, we're dependent on oil completely, and it's forcing us into deep oil unless we want to buy from Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, all those places. So I think we need to think about the risk involved with the deep oil especially, and how to have other sources of energy more conserved.
And it really has changed the political philosophy. Drill, baby, drill,
I think they're probably thinking differently about this now.
Those days are over because we have seen what happens when we have a disaster, and these people are unable to correct a problem when there's a disaster.
Exactly.
So it can happen anywhere.
You've seen it. Yeah. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a mess. A big mess.
Now, how about, so real quick, solar, wind off the coast. Looking better.
Good. Go for it. Yeah, we can do it. We have wind off here, off Delaware, Maryland, all the way up the coast. It's there. It's free. It's free.
That really is the net result.
A wind spill doesn't cause a problem.
No wind spill. Good. Professor Larry Atkinson from ODU. Thank you very much, sir. You have
great to be here.
Me, and I've just been fascinated with you. I appreciate you coming on Saturday morning show.
Have a good weekend.
All right. Larry Atkinson from ODU, oceanographer. There.